Alright, welcome back to another video. Well, they finally did it after 14 months of shitty tweets and shitty mini directs and game specific directs. They finally released a full-on proper Nintendo Direct. Wow. And yeah, there's already a bunch of negative stuff on the internet. But I figured I'd throw my 2 cents in here and not go in order because we're going from the infographic. But yeah, I watched the Japanese Direct as always. So, and some of the games just flat out weren't interesting. I also watched it at 2 times speed for the most part because, yeah, just really couldn't be bothered. But I can be bothered making this video apparently. So we're starting off with Rhythm Heaven Groove. First of all, and the first thing I thought when I saw this is like, okay, it's just a cute rhythm game. I don't see why it needs this much time on air. And I noticed it's a Switch 1 only release, the only Switch 1 only release that Nintendo's putting forth, at least this time, and on this infographic and whatever. So I guess there is life after Metroid Prime 4. Like, it looks okay, but it does look like, I thought it was a Wario game. Like, they took parts of WarioWare and just turned that into a game. So we're going to give this our red pen and a big fat red X there. Boom. Okay. Moving on to the dual releases, which apparently are receiving releases both on the original Switch and on the Switch 2. And somewhere I heard, because I couldn't be bothered to watch the video, but I heard that they were going to press forward with the Switch 1 and try to support that as long as they can. Because, yeah, that's what made the PS4 so great in the beginning and the PS5 so great in the beginning, is all the cross-gen games that you could play on the previous system. So, again, well, maybe there's some games here that you'll think that will be worth a purchase of the Switch 2, because that's where I am. Okay, so we're gonna go with One Piece Grand Gourmet. Yeah, I saw this. I thought it looked like a okay, no, we're gonna give this a yellow. I thought straight up that it looked like a 3DS game, and I'm like, why the hell are they releasing this on Switch and Switch 2? But it is what it is in 2026. So, oh, that's not very visible, is it? I'm trying to give this a gold triangle here, or yellow, for the stoplight. Be careful. I mean, I could see myself picking it up were I to do 31 Days of One Piece sequel, because I got a lot more of the anime to watch. But yeah, just picking it up to pick up a cooking game, which kind of fits with Sanji's character, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, there's no way in hell that happened, or I could see myself picking that up straight up. Final Fantasy Resonance, that looks really good. Some people are already complaining that they're overusing the 2D HD, and yeah, I mean, it could be Final Fantasy 6.5 or the true Final Fantasy 7 if you end up splitting the timelines or whatever, because it does go back to the 2D. Well, it uses the HD 2D thing, just like Octopath and Dragon Quest Remake, and so yeah, it's starting to get used a lot. But I would consider buying that if I had a Switch 2, and well, it's apparently it's on the Switch 1, so if the Switch 2 version plays on the Switch 1, then hey, that's perfect. Dragon Quest Monsters 4, not really a fan, although I can see where some people like it. Again, this is for me though, no thank you. Kingdom Hearts, we know I hate that money grab, so that's out. Metal Gear Solid, not a fan. I haven't bought one since the first game, and I don't think I played past the first hallway because at the time it was my first stealth game, and I was like, what the hell is this? So I dropped it right away. Although I suppose I could hook up the PS1 and give that another shot now that I'm a bit older and a bit more experienced, but I still don't see myself wanting to play it. Muramasa looks interesting. What was that? Not Onimusha. Damn, where are my notes? But yeah, since there's all that kanji there, at first I couldn't find it, so I was trying to figure out where the hell was it. No, that's huh? Yeah, okay. Hold on. If you hold on for one more day, to go your way. No, that's not that one. Good Lord. This is why, one, they need to make it so that it looks like the direct instead of, the way it's laid out. Although I understand why they did it this way. Well, where the hell are you? Yeah, it's One Piece Ocean Restaurant in Japanese. Well, hell, now I can't even find it, so, I guess it really doesn't matter to me, does it? Oh no, it was something, Muramasa. So you'd think I would be able to find the second word here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, to hell with it. Since I can't find it. It was obviously not that important. So, I'm going to give that a triangle. To do more research first. That's the bottom line. Deltarune did not look appealing to me at all. I mean, it could be alright, but for me, that's definitely a no. And Tales games are usually good, but at the end of the day, I'm going to give it a triangle just so we can speed things up. And Hello Kitty Partyland, which is actually Sanrio Partyland in Japanese. But it looks okay. It looks like a fun party game. Again, I would only pick that up if I were doing the 31 days of Hello Kitty or Sanrio or something. But yeah. Okay, so that takes care of the Switch. That takes care of the dual releases. And can we finally get into Switch 2 releases? The answer to that is a big fat no. Okay, so we've got we're going to switch to P, port, and I guess Kingdom Hearts, I should have used a port earlier. Port, Final Fantasy 14 online, port, Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration. Okay. No, I'm not really a Tomb Raider fan. I could be open to trying it again. But the fact that I'm pretty sure this game was released... Well, hell, this didn't even make the Japanese trailer, did it? Because I'm thinking of the state of play. So, again, port. I guess while we're here, Ninja La 2 looks okay. But at the end of the day, I've got other stuff to play. Observer System Redo. Okay, so I have no idea about that. We'll just skip that. Space Marine 2, of course, that didn't make the direct. Everbloom, what the hell is that? SnowRunner? Days? Yeah, see, none of this stuff. RuneScape, Dragon Wilds, I didn't see any of that in the Japanese direct. So we're just going to leave them alone. They're lucky. Yeah. Bonanza, a B-tier game that they made AAA. and is one of these launch window titles. That's supposed to be the big app on the Switch. Yeah, just not interested in the concept at all, or extra DLC. Fitness boxing is cool, but we already have 2 of them, so why do you need to make a 3rd one? I don't know what Piku Niku is. Atelier Karya, that's a good series. But I can't go more than a triangle. And actually, there were 2 of them. They have the port of the previous game, and then they announced the next game. So I don't know why there's only 1 on this graphic. Lords Fallen 2 or Lords of the Fallen. Devil May Cry 5. I mean, no, isn't that a port? I'm pretty sure that's a port. Call it a remaster or whatever you want. It's still just a port. Big Walk, I have no idea. Rayman Legends Retold. Retold, that tells me that that's a remake right away. So, I mean, I haven't played any of the older ones, so I can't really say that I would buy it, but I'll give it a triangle just because I'm a nice guy sometimes. Now, DK Challenge, this actually seems interesting, believe it or not, although they are tying it in to Mario 40, which was 2025. They're still dragging this shit out in June 2026. And I thought Zelda 40 started at the end of February, or February 21st. Maybe I'm just crazy. So, while I could give that a green for the concept, the fact that it's way too late only warrants a triangle. I mean, and if it weren't linked to Mario 40, which, why is it linked to Mario 40? Because it's Donkey Kong, and the franchise was actually Donkey Kong. Mario was just the unnamed player character that you use. So, again, I like the concept. It should be green. I have to give it a yellow triangle. And, yeah, we're leaving all the rest of those alone. There's one title there left. You can see it's Stellar Blade, which they are porting to the Switch 2. So, my 2024 game of the year. What do I do with this? If you have a Switch 2 and you do not have a PS5 or a PC, you should pick it up. Which is why I'm going to give that a green port. But, at the end of the day, it's still a fucking port. Okay. So that's page 2, and I had to blow up the infographic so you could see, so that's why this is going to take a while. Before we get to the top, in the Japanese Direct, that did not make this infographic. I'm not saying it wasn't in the US Direct, but like I said, it didn't make the infographic. You got Nobunaga's Ambition Hisho. That looks pretty good, especially if you're a fan of the series. Vampire Saviors Purge Survivathon was there. Earth Defense Force 5. That is an underrated series that never really blew up here. But it is what it is. Toho fucking Project. Finally, we're getting a shooter here on the Switch. Now, again, I don't think it's what I want, which is a whole collection or 2 collections of all the freaking Toho Project games. But at least it's a start. Thank you. Digimon Story Time Stranger. Didn't make this graphic. Tokyo Xanadu Sakurahana something something. That looked good. I think I got a circle on my... Of the few games I actually made memos of, that was one of them, I think. There was an update to the Tamagotchi game. Yeah, big whoop. Metaphor RE Fantasio. That should have made the infographic. The 2 Prince of Tennis visual novels. I understand why that didn't make the infographic. But, yeah, I could see that being big over there. And Steins Gate Reboot. I mean, that RE, the reboot, sounds like a remaster to me. So, and then Brigadine, Avis or Aviche, or whatever. So once again, I think it's better to watch the Japanese direct. And yeah, I couldn't even be bothered going back to review the US one for the lowlights because, yeah, anyway. Okay, so that brings us to the top of the page. Boom. Now, oh, okay. So very quickly, we said that was that. That was that. Port. No, no, no. It was port, 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 port. Although X would be just as good. Port, 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 port. Port, green port. One of the few. Okay, now they said there's Pokopia DLC. I think the game looks like crap. I thought it looked like crap when they first announced it. I still think it looks like crap. I'm surprised that it blew up, but I'm not surprised because one, it's Pokemon, and two, there ain't shit on the Switch 2. So, I mean, that's the position it's in. Like, it was set up to succeed because there's actually nothing on the Switch 2. So, boom, we're just going to cross that out. Orbitals! Did that look alright, or... No, I mean, that did nothing for me, apparently. So, I guess I'm going to give this a triangle again. Splatoon Raiders. Why not just call it Splatoon 4? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to have multiplayer. I'm pretty sure, you know, they've got the one player down. I could conceivably consider that on a deep sale if I actually bought a Switch 2, which at this point I have no plans. Okay, so Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, is that a port? I better look that up real quick because I don't want to steer you wrong. It feels like a port. Dragon's Dogma. Oh, it says Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen. What? Major expansion and updated version of the 2024 RPG. Okay. Boom. Red P, here we come. That was easy. Thank you very much. Port. And... let's go to the top row. Nintendo Switch Sports Resort. Like... God, and get into the naming conventions because Nintendo, what the hell are you doing? Are you so unimaginative anymore that you can't come up with a new goddamn title? I mean, oh, we got Wii Sports. Let's make it Switch Sports. Oh, we got Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Let's make it Switch Sports Resort. It's like, what the hell? And then you spend 2 goddamn minutes of Koizumi thumb wrestling the stupid computer. And losing. He didn't even win. So, like, thank you, Nintendo, for completely wasting our time. This is a C-tier game that you hyped up for nothing. I'm going to give that a big fat red X. And in fact, the only way I would ever touch that thing is not even for 31 days. If my entire group of friends pulled together and put like $5 down or whatever to pay for that, so we could all play it once at a game night or something, that is the only way I would touch that crap. Okay. Ooh, Onimusha Way of the Sword. Got no beef with you. I'm gonna give you a yellow triangle. Oh, and look what that's next to. The biggest fucking port ever. Minecraft. If you don't have it on a previous system, feel free to pick it up here. But, yeah. Alright. I talked about naming conventions with Switch Sports Resort. There's Star Fox. And this is one of the videos I could have made because I played Star Fox. I played Star Fox 64. I played Star Fox Zero. They released Star Fox 64 3D for the 3DS. This is the same fucking story for the 5th goddamn time. That's point number 1. Point number 2, it looks way too realistic that the characters look like shit. Okay? And that's it. I'm done. I don't need to talk anything else about Star Fox. What I would have loved is the end bit where they were talking, or they were showing James McCloud and Pigma, and that if they had turned that into the whole game, made it a prequel to Star Fox, that would have blown my mind. That would have been a day one pickup. But no, you're just going to remake the same fucking story we've had 4 times earlier. Oh shit. How'd that happen? Yeah. So, no. No. And point number 3. No, I guess the good point would have been making it a prequel story. But yeah, point number 3 is... And I just lost it because the owl hooted on the clock. No, it wasn't price. It wasn't the story we've gone over. The graphics are crap. Wow, this is what they call a brain fart. Okay, so we're just gonna move on from Star Fox apparently. Yeah. I did 31 days. There is absolutely zero reason to get this game. I played it on Super Nintendo, played it on Nintendo 64, played it on Wii U. I'm done. Okay. We already know, I'm pretty sure I talked about it before, Fire Emblem is a pickup, but definitely not from this direct. I mean, alright, yeah, let's go back to Fire Emblem in a second. Okay, so that leaves Duskbloods, like we said, Fire Emblem, Xenoblade Genesis, Kingdom Hearts 4. We know I'm not a fan. Plus, why would you get it on Switch when you could get it on PS5? So, Kingdom Hearts 4, definitely no for me on the Switch. And then there were 4. Let's take care of Xenoblade Genesis. I like the concept. I don't like that they're spamming 4 games in the series, like all right now. Still waiting on Metroid Prime 2 and Metroid Prime 3 remastered. So yeah, for me, I'll give it the benefit of a doubt, but I didn't even pick up 3. I have 1. Do I have 1? I know I have 2. Incomplete on the Switch 1 because they released DLC. And I don't think I picked up the DLC because I wanted to get the cartridge with the DLC on it, which can be played as its own separate game apparently. Yeah. And for the top 3, oh no, yeah, top 3, top 4, top 3. Okay, we got this. Boom! A big nothing burger. Yay! Control C. Alright, we need to shrink you down a little bit, buddy. Alright. So, Duskbloods. A big, nothing burger. Why? What did they show? They showed a few seconds of the cutscenes. I'm not even sure they showed any gameplay. But, yeah, they built this up, and it was an absolute nothing burger. Like, there's no point. You don't get any information. It was an absolute nothing burger. And, boom. Another nothing burger. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I hate to say it, because this is a game I would actually buy and then eventually down the road pick up a Switch 2. But what did they show us? They showed us not much in the way of story. that we already didn't know, like we didn't see the first time. They showed us a little bit of gameplay, which, like, hello, if you play one Fire Emblem, you kind of know what the gameplay is going to be like. So maybe we need to know about the new mechanics you're trying to introduce this time. But yeah, that was a big fat nothing burger. And see if this works. The biggest nothing burger of all, thanks to Nintendo and the stupid internet, is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. And that's the point I remembered from Star Fox, is their naming conventions. So why the hell do we have the same name for the same game? Is it Star Fox? Is it Star Fox 2005? Or no, 2026. 93 or 2026? Like, obviously you would know the difference, but you couldn't have changed the name. At least Final Fantasy VII, even though the remake sucked, but they had a remake, they had Rebirth, and they're gonna have Revelation or whatever the hell it's called. I really don't want to pick it up. I didn't even play the second one, because you had the entire game on 3 discs. Okay, but now I'm reliving old rants. But like, you couldn't have come up with another name for Star Fox. I mean, yeah, Star Fox 64. Okay, that's at least a different name. It was a remake at the time. I understand. Boom. 3D. Okay, yeah. 64 3D. It's the same game, but you got the 3D aspects. I kind of understand. Star Fox Zero. Okay, all 4 of those are different names. But then you go back and you name it Star Fox. You couldn't have come up with a subtitle for that, and it's way too close to release to change that now. Okay, but then you got Ocarina of Time, and yeah, I know it's Ocarina, but you got Tokyo no Ocarina there. You got a remake of the greatest game of all time, but it doesn't say it's a remake. It just, are they trying to replace the original? Like, why don't they say remake in the title? I mean, we know it's a remake, but now, if you go online, you gotta specify 1998, or I think it's supposed to come out this year, which seems a little rushed, unless, you know, they've been working on it for all this time. But, I mean, they gotta put something out this year, right? And that would be the game to do it, unless they screw it up. But, yeah, you couldn't have named it remake. You couldn't have named it reimagined or whatever the hell else it's gonna be. You had to name it the exact same title as the greatest game of all time. Alright? And then, now that that rant is done, boom. What did you show? You showed a tapestry, you showed the story we already know, and you showed Link waking up in the forest, getting the Triforce, which that didn't even happen at that point in the game. So, okay. I mean, I kind of understand, but why? So that already has me thinking that they're going to steer this far off the path, just like Final Fantasy VII did. And it was a big nothing burger. They hyped us up for the internet hyped us up for so long, because, oh my god, they're gonna remake Ocarina of Time, blah blah blah, and they made all these stupid videos about what's it gonna be like. Is it gonna be open world? Are they gonna be faithful? What I want to see in the game? Nobody gives a shit, because Nintendo didn't formally announce anything. It was a stupid leak, and they made all these stupid videos. Now that it's officially announced, have at it, Haas. Make all the fucking videos you want, because you're gonna do you, and that's the internet. And I don't care. But this release was a big nothing burger. They didn't show combat, they didn't show story other than what we already know, or Link waking up. They showed absolutely nothing. Like, show me the Goma boss at least. The first boss in the Deku Tree. Like, show me that. and maybe impress me and give me a reason to want this game. Because right now, I don't want this game. I already played it during 31 days of Zelda Return to Hyrule a couple months ago. I'm good. I don't need a new Ocarina of Time. But that's what Nintendo decided to do because money and because Shigeru done screwed up the company. So yeah, I'm done ranting. That was Nintendo's big direct that we waited 14 months for and got a whole bunch of nothing burgers and ports and very few games I would actually buy or even consider. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought of the direct. Would anything here prompt you to buy a Switch 2? And or are you just gonna buy it to get Zelda and see for yourself what the differences are? I mean, that would be a valid reason. But yeah, again, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep dancing.